Democrats are living in a broken home. Daddy got cooed and Mamala left for vacation and never came home. So the house is a mess and the roof's starting to cave in.
My brother's a Democrat. I don't know why, but he is. My father was a Democrat. I know exactly why he was, but his party doesn't exist anymore. Now it's the left arguing for a cultural elite. No Democrat would have argued for open borders. You know, none of this. My father would have done none of this.
Cuomo's looking for a new home, and there just happens to be a big, beautiful house right across the street. It has a gold patio, marble trim, a big, beautiful flagpole, and great surround sound. DJ Donnie T was just testing it. It's the hottest house on the block, and everyone's looking to make the move. The New York Times says in just 4 years, over 4.5 million Democrats packed their bags and moved to a home with a daddy.
New reporting in the Times this morning, just broke a short time ago, of the 30 states that track voter registration, Democrats lost ground to Republicans in every single one.
The New York Times says this isn't just a dip. It's a potential death spiral for the Democratic Party. For the ones who haven't flocked, they're acting like runaway kids, screaming, stomping, and they won't come back to their collapsing house. Texas Democrats tried shacking up with Uncle JB back in Chicago. The house was nice, but JB back ribs wasn't generous with the leftovers. Grandma Nancy broke her hip, so they're not staying there. So they came back home to Texas. And to make sure they wouldn't flee again, the governor gave them a 24/7 escort service. One Texas rep said she wasn't going home. She locked herself on the House floor and threw a slumber party. She spent the night there and told MSNBC she was ready to get down and dirty.
Say, take that high road. Well, you know, that high road has crumbled. We're on a dirt road, and we're going to meet them on that dirt road and get down and dirty just like they are. And so my fellow Democrats are ready to continue the fight with the grit that is necessary to challenge the oppressor.
At first, she was all by herself, but then she poked her head out and made it a girls' night.
Let her out. Let her out.
Can y'all help me find
Let her out.
Mama has been away, but she called to tell her a bedtime story.
You just remember when you're in those rooms and it feels like you're the only one there, we are all in that room with you. And so any moment where you feel alone, you do not feel alone. You've got to know we are all there with you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Strong.
Right, my dear.
Thank you.
Stay strong.
Yes.
Okay, I'll see you later.
All right, take care.
You can reach out anytime. Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Vice President Kamala Harris. Oh, my goodness.
Then Gavin called, but she was camping out in the bathroom.
On the floor right now. I'm still under house arrest. I'm not free to leave. In fact, I am confined in the bathroom.
Well, thank you. You know, my blood boils. I physiologically went like this when you started talking. Remind me where you are. The fact you're in a restroom. The fact that this is actually happening in the United States of America.
The Texas fleabagger boarded up the bathroom, brought a laptop, started Zooming with the governor of California while people were knocking on the door like, hey, Nicole, get out. We got to go.
Sorry, I have to leave. They said it's a felony for me to do this. Apparently, I can't be on the floor or in the bathroom. Well, you told me I was only allowed to be here in the bathroom. No, hang on. Bye, everybody. I've got to go.
Democrats have lost control of their house. The crazy old uncle of the party's weighing in. He says maybe it's time for a real man. Do the Democrats need a daddy?
We need a presidential nominee. You're exactly right. We will not have a unified message in our party until the 2028 election. We have tons of really strong candidates.
Democrats got creamed running 2 moms and a grandpa, and now they want a daddy. And there's one guy shining his shoes for the father-daughter dance.
Yes, I've changed. The facts have changed. We need to change, and we need to stand up to this authoritarian. This guy is an invasive species, so yes, we're going to punch back. And yes, we're going to punch back with the full weight of the 4th largest economy in the world.
Democrats don't even want mom back in the House. A poll says California Democrats prefer Newsom over Kamala, 25 to 19%. They think he's the fun dad.
In politics, especially if you're thinking of entering in 2028, it's all about generating attention, and so far, Gavin Newsom has done a good job at generating attention.
Stephen A. likes his hair gel.
Let's call it what it is. Say this about Gavin Newsom. The brother looks presidential. I mean, listen, you know, I don't look at men that way. That's just not my flavor. But the brother does look good in the blue suit. I mean, he looks very presidential. He really, really does. Hair slicked back. Pat Riley might be jealous. Good-looking dude. Excellent, excellent speaker. Can articulate his thoughts clearly, highly intelligent. Knows the issues. Knows how to fight. And is willing to take on Trump.
Gavin's trying to be the cool dad of the block and get his party to flock back. His press accounts have been calling Trump tiny hands and putting JD on blast. Look at me in high school, he said. JD's got to have a better picture than that, though. They called Greg a low-rated garbage man, said he seldom watches, but, quote, when I do, I marvel at the fake laughter on the show. It sounds like a bad laugh machine. Actually, I agree with that. They're even name-calling Perino. Dana Ding Dong Perino, never heard of her until today, is melting down because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. Fox hates that I'm America's most favorite governor, ratings king, saving America, while Trump can't even conquer the big stairs on Air Force One anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. They're even putting out tweets about Kid Rock. Has anyone noticed that since I said I hate Kid Rock, he's no longer hot? It's actually kind of funny. His press account also sharing AI shots of him looking jacked. Newsom's flexing hard.
What that does for our side, it fires us up. It gets us going. These memes of you riding a velociraptor with like a 12-pack and 2 freaking rifles in your hand.
Oh, I know. I'm in good shape. How about my bicep?
I bet you could do a real pull-up on like Hegseth and the other. Yeah.
I really like my biceps, though. I like the fact that I'm in that kind of good shape.
Did you know that you also circumnavigated the globe?
Finally, some untouched photos of me. There you go. Back to, look, I've been legit, right? You like the biceps?
You know what?
That's a real photo, by the way. This has not been touched.
Right, like it's
Not
really
a damn
not
part of
that
that was
far up.
touched.
Maybe Newsom should try the Pete Bobby challenge. 100 push-ups, 50 pull-ups in 10 minutes. Let's see what he's got. Because last time we looked, he was knocking down Chinese kids like bowling pins.
I'm getting old. I got to work on my balance. When you get shots in, there's still a little fish. Still a little left. See you guys. Tell everyone I didn't miss a shot.
Kind of have a nice handle, all right. The difference is Trump writes his own tweets. Gavin can't even get it up himself. People on his side hate it.
You can see the Democrats are trying to find their footing, and it's quite embarrassing, actually. I mean, Gavin Newsom, I mean, have you seen what he's doing online?
Get out and listen to what people really want, what people really need, the kinds of, and then draft solutions around it as opposed to listening to yourself.
Does Gavin have big dad energy? Maybe in one way he does.
If you can't trust Gavin with his best friend's wife, how can you trust him with your state?
Gavin's a bad daddy. Big business wants a divorce. Over 300 businesses have left California under Newsom. He's even beefing with Bed Bath & Beyond. He called the company irrelevant. Gavin buys his sheets from Bloomie's. Is Daddy's house even all that? It keeps catching on fire, and there's homeless on the patio. Newsom's masquerading as a swashbuckling meme lord to mock Trump and get attention on Twitter. But McCarthy says he just goes where the wind blows.
There's no principle behind him. He's a chameleon. He'll change as the weeks go by. He wants to be president, and he thinks this is his road.
Trump's always been the same guy. He doesn't need to reinvent himself to win. Watch, soon Gavin's going to start uncrossing his legs and go take his boat out onto the bay. Now, if I were Newsom, I'd just own it. I'd post up at my vineyard. I'd invite the press over, open some bottles of wine, get everyone so lit they'd forget how bad my state is. Needles on the floor, riots in the street. Can you be a daddy if you can't even get your own house in order?
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.